think the simplest thing to say is I met the CEO of Managem some time ago, and he explained the strategy of how Managem's growing and how they're moving into a different area, and they wanted to look at our gas business in Morocco. And at that time, I was working closely with another company who had made an offer to acquire part of our business, but they had expired out of their exclusivity period. So they had an exclusive period, and then Managem came along, and I clearly, the Managem guys seemed very professional, very well prepared. And so we engaged with Managem, and I have to say they had a really good team. They've not got in-house at the time specialist, let's call it hydrocarbon experts, but they brought a team of very, very experienced people, and they were very professional in the way they evaluated the asset. Internally, they have a very good head of business development, M&A, who led the process very well from their side. So it was a joy to work with them. They were very professional. They had good law firms working with them, good accountancy firms working with them, and very good professional technical people. So yeah, we worked hard over the last few months. They agreed with us a project valuation. We announced that in the summer, and then we've worked quite hard over the last 6 months to get all the approvals that we required from the various parties, and it all closed on Tuesday. So yeah, good result, and Managem are fully in charge now. When you do any commodity development, you need to know how much of the reserve and the resource is there. You need to know how much it costs. You need to make sure there's a market for it. You need to say that there's a good buyer. And then you invest a considerable amount of money to develop it over a period of time. It's not a 3-year project, a 5-year. This is a 25-year concession. So when you go into this, you need to manage the concept of a development for 25 years. So yeah, Managem have got those similar processes. What they don't have is the let's call it the specialist drilling techniques for the hydrocarbons. But commercially, it's very, very similar. Yeah. Let me explain the deal. Sound Energy PLC has a number of subsidiary companies. One of the British subsidiaries is called Sound Energy Morocco East. That owned 55% of the Tendrara concession. It also owned 47.5% of the exploration projects in the Tendrara region. One's called Anawal, one's called Greater Tendrara. So what Managem have done is they bought that British company. Okay, so it's a UK transaction. They bought it, they own that. That company is the license operator in Morocco, and it operates through a branch office, obviously. But it doesn't mean that Sound has walked away. We still own 20% of it ourselves, and we have another company called Sound Energy Meridia Limited. So Sound Energy Morocco East, and I'm sure that will be renamed Managem something or other soon. That will be our operator. Sound Energy Meridia will still remain in the concession, and so we are working closely with Managem anyway. It's not going to a shop and buying something you never see the shopkeeper again, right? We are working together for the next future. So it was very important for us to make sure that Managem and Sound were aligned. And we are. We're very much aligned on the development of the concession, very much aligned on moving forward on the pipeline development to take the gas into the power stations, very much aligned on the exploration of the acreage in the basin. So yeah, it's good. Please do not misunderstand. The financial aspects are very important for us. All right, we're a small company. And to undertake the pipeline development, yes, we have Atijawafa Bank helping us, providing 65% of the debt. You've got to find 35% of the project cost as equity. For a small company like Sound, that's quite considerable. So the financial benefit by Managem coming in and financing our equity share of that is immeasurable. Plus, they're coming to help us undertake the exploration drilling. Now, in exploration terms, the government through ONHYM doesn't contribute. They only contribute through the development. So ONHYM is a party, 25%, and paying its way for the development. But we, as an explorer, we have 100% of the costs. Right? ONHYM doesn't put any money in. So even for small Sound to drill some exploration wells would be very expensive and use all our resource up. So bringing Managem in is good. So the financial aspect's good. However, you're quite right. We have been able to work with Managem and we put together what they call a transition services agreement. So the expertise that we can offer Managem, until they build up their own expertise, we will provide expertise to Managem under like a consultancy agreement. But Managem bought Sound Energy Morocco East, which has employees in Morocco. It has people in the office in Rabat. It has people in the field at Tendrara. So, you know, the continuation of the operations is still there with the same people in Morocco. And then if Managem require any extra help, we're available to help them under the service agreement. Some people listen to our story when we present things like this. We do little video casts. They listen to our story, and a little bit about it is, do they trust the management team to deliver the project? I think over the last 3-4 years, admittedly, we've not done things as fast as people wanted, but we've done them. So it's like taking a little bit of a risk. You think, can the team at Sound deliver this project? And the people that believed us and bought shares at 0.6, you're right, they were trading at a penny yesterday, all right? So they've gone up 30, 40%. Even today, we're trading around about a penny. We have a broker, he's done evaluation, it's available on our website, you can read it, but they reckon that the share price should be at least 4 times as big, okay? So I'm not allowed to say buy my shares, but sell my shares, etc. That's corporate governance, I'm not allowed to do that. But basically, we were undervalued. So let's separate, there's 2 bits of exploration now. One under Sound Energy Morocco South, that's still a PLC company, a subsidiary, that has the Sidi Mokhtar license, 75%, and Sound is still the operator of that. We now expect, once we've gone through the licensing extensions, etc., with ONHYM and the ministry, we will start a seismic program in 2025. We will probably take about 2-3 months to get that seismic survey complete. We'll evaluate it, and then I'm hoping that it will put us in a position to have identified a drilling prospect on Sidi Mokhtar next year. Whether we drill it or not in 2025, I don't know, but at least it puts us in a good position. On the Grand Tendrara and Anawal, Anawal license has been registered, and we're just waiting for the final approvals in Morocco. Grand Tendrara, likewise, we're going to be going through the process with ONHYM and getting all our approvals for the license extensions. But we under the service agreement, I think would like to help Managem move that along. So we have, there's only one quality rig in Morocco that's strong enough to drill these wells, and that's sitting at Tendrara. So if we look at the development drilling that we need in 2026, and that could be 4 to 6 wells for the project, the pipeline project, we need to get the exploration wells drilled in 2025. So otherwise we've got to bring rigs in from overseas, we've got to do things, and that becomes more and more costly. And I'm sure Managem are very much like Sound, they're not going to want to waste money. So my hope and my plan would be that we work closely with Managem now to be ready to drill. There's one well called SBK1, which is an extension moving slightly up dip of a discovery well, which I'd like to get that well drilled quickly. And then we have a pure wildcat well on the Anawal license called M5, which could be massive, but it also could be nothing. All right, so we think it's around about a 20% chance of success, I think. So that's not bad, but it's not great. All right, so but the SBK1 is a great well. We can drill that. it flowed gas in the past at a sensible flow rate, but now because we put infrastructure in the site, it's going to be easier to develop it. We can either tie it into a pipeline project, or we can have it into the LNG project, or it could even be its own standalone LNG or CNG project. So yeah, I mean, now that activity is really kicking off in Tendrara, it's going to be a lot more attractive to drill those exploration wells and find some more gas. Sound Energy is a fairly small company, right? We have an onshore project. We can do it salami slice. We can eat a bit at a time, all right? So we've done the phase one. The concession was put together to get the pipeline done, but then there's also the opportunity to sell gas to a different market, the industrial market. And then we've got the power station. But because we're onshore, we can stage it. When you're stage it step by step by step. When you're offshore, you don't really get a choice to come once or twice or three times, because it costs a lot of money to bring a drilling rig there. It costs a lot of money to bring a diving vessel or a barge or whatever. I think the Energean well was a very unfortunate well, because they targeted plenty of opportunities for upside, but they didn't find the upside they were hoping for. But the core of the development is still there, right? The core still could be quite positive. Now, you could see for small Sound, we needed a company like Managem to help us develop the phase two. So, you know, I can't speak on behalf of Energy and what they do. I didn't think they've withdrawn, but maybe they have, I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be a much more expensive development. The unit cost of developing onshore versus offshore is about half. So, you know, we can probably make double the profit per unit of gas onshore because it's so much cheaper, and we can stage it. So, I mean, Morocco needs the gas, that's absolutely sure, right? So any way of unlocking the development of the offshore as well would be great. And, you know, we see that other companies are looking at offshore Morocco as well now. So let's hope that not only our onshore field is developed in a profitable way for Morocco, because you need the energy and you need the gas. But also you might find something offshore. The long-term plan for Sound has always been to create an integrated, full-cycle transition energy company, so exploration, development, production. And clearly with Morocco as our only area of activity, and with our Moroccan shareholders, 20% of our shares are held by two quite respectable Moroccan entities. Morocco is a good place for us to do business, but there's not a lot of hydrocarbons in Morocco found. Now we will do some more exploration, and we'd like to open up that Tendrara basin. Would we look outside of Morocco? Possibly. We've been looking at other opportunities in other areas. We like the transition energy space, so maybe there's an opportunity to sort of move out of just gas in Morocco, but other energy forms in Morocco. We've signed an exploration agreement with a company a study agreement to look at hydrogen in Morocco. So, clearly Morocco is a focus for us, but if the right opportunity comes up in somewhere that's a sensible place to work, then we'll look at evaluating that as well. We can sell all the gas that we want to. We can sell it into either the industrial market with the relationship we have with Africa Gas, or into the power market with ONEE. And the good thing is that Morocco's sensible. It looks at pricing, and it looks at saying, what's the international price of gas? What should I be paying? So Morocco pays a sensible price. So first for us is satisfying the domestic market, satisfying the gas power stations, satisfying the industrial market. Would we have any gas to export? If we did, we wouldn't put it in that pipeline. We'd put it in the GME into Spain that way.